Okay, this is gonna be a long haul episode. Oh boy, 3.5. This is a long one, and actually it was broken up in 2 segments too. Like I said, long haul this round. That is my dark night this round because actually that's not what I was doing. Ah, Galleon, just the hero I wanted to see. Would you mind doing me a small favor? No. I need you to meet me at the Diamond Forge. This won't take long. I promise. No. But you must continue. Thal, you must. No. Thal, you must. No. Thal, you must. Oh, fine. Yes. Yay! Proceed quest. Damn you, Dragon Quest. Actually, it might be downstairs for once. Oop. I feel like I made a mistake. I think I want to draw my weapon. Anima, help me! I'm sorry to drag you away from your duties. No, you aren't. But, as I said, it won't take long. I just need you to stand perfectly still for a few moments. Anima, please get me out of this. Oh god, I'm gonna get mugged! Oh, that all feels looking evil. Right, everyone, get ready to get to work? Or go to work? Now, squarely now, you might want to close your eyes. No! Ah! She's already arc. Stop. Ow! Yo, whoa. Watch what you're touching there, buddy. I feel molested. There, all finished. The wearer lights every measurement from a heroic head to a separate toe. Why you have to measure my toe? Huzzah! We molested the warrior light. Ah! Well, what do you like to know? All the good time, Galleon. All the good time. No, I want to know now. Why are you doing this to me? Freaking evil waffle. Haha! I found you. Alphanon wants everyone at the Solar for a meeting. I don't know what it is about, but he seems to think it's very important. He thinks. Come on, we have everything we need. No sense in keeping everyone waiting. Any adult. Huzzah! Any adult. They touch me in places I don't want to know. Okay, voice acting, I think.
We're here. Did we miss anything?
I got molested.
We would not presume to begin without you, Ida. Urianger has returned to the Waking Sands, but everyone else is now present.
Yes, but for what exactly? We all have duties to attend to, Alphino, so you may dispense with the preamble.
Thank you, Elise. It is the very subject of those duties which compelled me to call this gathering. Though the warriors of darkness no longer pose a threat, Eorzea's many troubles demand no less of our attention. And while I stand by the decision to approach each task as we see fit, I fear our effectiveness will ultimately be diminished should we continue to act in ignorance of each other's efforts. Thus, I propose we elect a successor to Minfilia. Not to serve as a fully fledged antecedent, perhaps, but as a coordinator of operations.
We like you, Alfie.
Is that all? Well, then the decision seems clear. No one else has shown any enthusiasm for the role, and judging by your performance at our previous meeting, you would seem the perfect candidate. You always did have a flair for politics.
Buzzing.
I did not mean to... That was not my intention.
This was not my intention!
As my tenure as commander of the Crystal Braves comprehensively demonstrated, I lack the qualities required for such an office. I would much prefer to remain as I am now, a soldier in the field, so to speak.
So you're a yes man. Congratulations.
Should none of our numbers step forward, must we then constrain some unwilling candidate to take up the position?
Well, based on merit alone, a certain adventurer would be my choice. Though I concede he might struggle to balance his new responsibilities with, let me see, slaying primals, thwarting legatuses, and feeding the orphan poor.
Hey, Chloe was a good kid.
Thancred makes a good point. Any who would wear such a mantle would be bound by its obligations. Have we not become sufficiently familiar with each other's methods to act without an overseer? At present, I see no cause to so willingly limit one of our number.
We have a roll. We're good.
Oh my goodness, help! I need some help here!
See? She molesting somebody, and now we're fighting back. Did I miss a scene? Oh, Nargo.
Tataru, are you all right?
Me? I'm fine. It's this poor girl who just staggered in and collapsed on the floor that I'm worried about.
Nargo! God, how did... Yashola! Please, you have to help her.
Use your sparkly heal.
Kral, a hand if you would. Let us see about closing these wounds.
Now, we've staunched the bleeding, but it may be a while before you can move about again. Though, having seen your wounds, I'm surprised you are still moving at all.
That's Nargo.
Thank you. My message. It was too important to delay. I took the shortest route I could, though I knew it was more heavily patrolled. As you can see, my efforts at evasion were not entirely successful.
You need to put more evasion skills in.
Honestly, you're too brave for your own good. What was so urgent that you needed to fight half the Empire to get here? You could have been killed.
I'm sorry, Ida. I had good reason. But I imagine your friends are wondering who this bloody mess of a Mikote is. My name is Minago, and I belong to the Alamegan Resistance. I came to warn Ida and Papalimo about one of our leaders. A man who calls himself the Griffin. He's always been dangerous, but he's planning something new. Something reckless.
The Griffin, you say? I've heard the name. Rumor has it your man is eager to test his claws.
Aye, and on no easy target. He means to assault Belsar's wall from the Alamegan side.
But what does the Griffin possibly hope to gain from such an attack?
From what I understand, he wants the fires of war to spread to Eorzea. And for that, he needs to control the border with Gridania.
So, he means to spark a conflict between the Alliance and the Imperial forces stationed in Alamigo, to have Eorzea's armies aid in the liberation effort, whether they will it or no.
His plan is flawed. Even should the Resistance succeed in occupying the wall, they would not be able to hold it. Imperial reinforcements would drive them out within a week.
Being optimistic, a week.
Be that as it may, if there is even a chance that this scheme could bring about an escalation in hostilities between Eorzea and the Empire, the Alliance must be informed.
Agreed. I shall depart for Limsa forthwith and seek an audience with the Admiral. Thancred, Uldar is yours. Alphino and Alize, Make haste to the Twelveswood and notify the Elder Seedseer of the danger to Gridania. She will duly call a council of the Alliance leaders, whom you must be ready to receive. You will be our voice in Ishgard. Explain the situation to Sir Emmerich and encourage him to send an envoy. To Taru, Kryl, I leave the care of our injured messenger to you. See that she remains quiescent and her wounds closed. I believe that covers everything. Let us be about our tasks.
So, Yashala, are you our leader now? Because you pretty much covered that.
I suspect the ill tidings from Girabania will be held as a turning point. The beginning to a bloody end. The business of war was ever conducted with the coin of self-sacrifice. 'Twas Master Louis Soir himself who taught us that such costs are not to be ignored or denied. And so, I shall embrace them. When the time comes, I will make my choice, as you will yours.
Mamma Mio! It's fine, I had to go with the Ishgard. Which is more fitting because I'm wearing Ishgard's garments in a way. Greetings, Warrior Light. What business brings you to Ishgard? War's gotta break out! I see. Why here? I was done with Sir Emmerich. Good to see you, my friend. 'Tis a pity it must be under such circumstances. Had Lucia not informed me of the urgency of your suit, I would certainly have sent for some wine. But the business. Thank you for bringing these developments to El Amigo to our attention. Ishgard will be a court Senate envoy to attend the council in Gridania. I cannot say who will represent us, however, as the choice is not mine to make, not mine alone at any rate. Given the imminence of the threat, we may forego the formalities of a full assembly, but I will still need to consult my counterpart in the House of Commons to pure the proceeding. Will you permit me some time to make the necessary arrangements? I thank you. Our representative, whom we select, will require a most suitable escort. Make your preparations and inform Sir Handel that he is the lead in your absence. Yes, Lord Commander. Gillian, ready to accompany Lucia at the Gates of Judgment and make ready to depart for Gridania. I will have our envoy join you as soon as I can. Sure, be on your way. Yeah, Sir Emmerich is stuck in his seat. Lucia seems eager to serve. If no other business in the city, join me at the Gates of Judgment. We must be ready to depart the instant the envoy arrives. Am I actually going outside? Okay, hang on, go outside. You may again. As it happens, my counterparts in the House of Commons agreed that I should act as Ishgard's envoy. Not I conceded that there is any real doubt. As Lord Commander of the Temple Knights, it is my duty to sanction any military cooperation. Be as it may, I cannot in good conscience make a decision alone, not with the ink scarce dry in the Republic Book of Statutes. I trust you understand, my friend. Alas, I test your patience still further by making a brief stop at Camp Dragonhead. Given the trouble brewing in the Black Shroud, I would say that the garrison is ready to defend the border. I could teleport there, but screw it. Let them get on our mount and fly. The garrison commander awaits within. Why not accompany me, Galleon? You might see a familiar face. Is it Oshpot? Oh, Emilian. Galleon, oh boy, how wonderful to see you, and Sir Amber too. To what do I owe these unexpected pleasures? I had some mulled wine brought up from the kitchens at once, if you will excuse. Nay, do not trouble yourselves, or not. We shall soon be on our way. Lucia, brief summary if you will. Yes, Lord Commander. We have a war coming! Thank you, Lucia. No problem, Lord Commander. She's like the Ollie of freaking Family Guy here. These villains are hardly any excuse to wage war. Bloodletting comes out as natural as breathing out to a gnarl. Garl, I mean, to an Imperial. Oh! He knows about Lucia! He actually retracted himself, and he's like, sorry. Don't insult you. It's like, ooh, I didn't really notice that he actually knows her, Lucia. Must have been kind of public in a way, or inner circling. And thus we shall strengthen our patriots as you suggest. We shall also be sure to communicate these developments to Lord Fansel and the Observatorium. I see you have everything in hand. Carry on, Commander. Look at Emilian. Being a good boy. Actually doing shit. Surprised to see yours truly at the helm. You and me both, oh boy. I doubt I ever feel worthy to sit here where he sat. And this is why we got the portrait later on. Yeah, we can but play the hand that we're dealt with, and with a little help from the veterans and Arnold ceaseless fighting, I'm sure I'll mull through. So worry not, oh boy. Off to Gridania with you. He needs a head pat. Osmond! And trust me, it's gonna be a freaking meme throughout me all saying that. I wonder how many... Okay, you're running, buddy. Oh, there's a figgy. I was like, you're running toward me some reason. Diplomatic duties have brought me here on several occasions, but I find that I'm enraptured by the Rackstrail's beauty as first I lay eyes upon it. Yeah, well, also it doesn't help your Elzen too. I've heard that at this time, however, events could not afford the luxury of enjoying the splendor of the forest. You know what's kind of funny? You look at his ears, they're long. She's not, but you know. I have freaking short ears as a freaking Elzen. Like seriously, I have really short ears as a Duskrite Elzen. These are more the Highlander types. It seems they were have an escort in the lowest stand. A pleasant place to discuss unpleasant matters, is it not? Yes, of course. 'Tis like that we're the last to arrive. Let's announce ourselves, shall we? Hey guys, escorts, envoy there! Actually, did I miss a little context there? Because I think that lasted a little longer than it should have been. Envoy from Ishgar has arrived. Very good. This way, if you and the Lamentian party as well. Oh yeah, it's those guys. Well, excuse us. I'm also in Lamentian, thank you. I hope this slipped in unnoticed, but I see I was not the only one delayed in my arrival. Greetings, Sir Emmerich. Amarillo, always a pleasure. Galen, I trust you are well. This is a day of reunions, it seems. I believe you are quite acquainted with my escort. You Gary. Master Gallion, I was glad to hear from Roll that the missing scions have now been found. Except one. She's on a faraway planet. But we don't know that. There is much more I would discuss with you, but let us first attend to the issue at hand, shall we? Yes, lady. Please step on me, Robe. Death penalty all you want. Okay, I think they're just gonna be definitely auto in this one.
I bid you welcome, my friends. As you will by now be aware, the Scions of the Seventh Dawn have come into possession of certain intelligence concerning recent developments in the region of Gir Abania. It springs, I am assured, from an unimpeachable source. Is that not so, Master Alphino?
Indeed, Elder Seedseer. Our information comes directly from a member of the Resistance's inner circle, and we have no cause to doubt its veracity.
This griffin of theirs is a fool if he thinks he can hold Belsar's wall against the Empire. When the Imperials move to take it back, they will come in force, and the resulting fighting is all but certain to spill over into the Black Shroud.
Sloppy.
At the Battle of Cartano, the combined might of 3 grand companies labored to contend with the remnants of but a single Imperial legion. Alone, Gridania would be hard-pressed indeed to hold back the tide, should the Garleans turn their minds from reclamation to invasion.
May I once more convey my nation's deepest regrets for our inaction in the days prior to the calamity. 'Tis a stain upon our ledger that I would fain remove. Elder Seedseer, I do hereby request leave to deploy a defensive force within the borders of Gridania. Ishgard's return to the Alliance shall be honored by more than mere ink upon parchment.
The Doman people, too, would join any effort that weakens our common foe. We are few, but our most seasoned shinobi are at your disposal.
On behalf of my people, I offer you my humble thanks. Gridania welcomes your assistance.
It is time we set our contingency plans in motion. Is the Alliance agreed? Then let us make ready for war. Victory favors the swift, and there is much to be done.
The Council knows that Alamigo will not soon be wrested from the Empire, and its decision to bolster the border's defences seems eminently practical. Why then, brother, do you scowl so?
I agree that they have chosen the wisest course available. Indeed, the only reasonable one. Yet something feels awry. In making ready for war, is the Alliance not granting the Griffin the very thing he desired? Any attempt to hold the wall is doomed to failure, aye. But I wonder if we have misjudged the prize for which he plays.
That the Council was able to reach our core so swiftly is a heartening development in itself. I can only hope my misgivings prove unfounded. Ah, good. You have yet to depart. I fear I have missed you. Sir Emmerich. Master Elfiner, pleasure as always, and mysterious Odyssey. How wonderful to see you thus recovered. Pardon the interruption. I have hoped to thank Galleon for serving as our escort before other duties called him away. I also wish to thank our Doman ally. Hi. Always in the shadows, you Gary. Forgive me, my lord. I was waiting for an opportune moment to join the conversation. The force of habit made me keep the shadows. Again, you're Yuri. No apologies are necessary, Mrs. Yuri. I was most grateful for your introduction when I offered escort support. My nation's historic failure to heed the Alliance pleas for aid is a matter of record. Even so, the Alliance leaders were planning unprepared for my impromptu apology. Resulting in an era of awkwardness might have lingered longer were it not for your timely cooperation, which allowed the Elder Caesar to accept us both. I very much appreciate the gesture. You're part of the Alliance! It's like, yeah, we fucked up. Can we join and help you guys? Wait, you guys want to help? We did sign an agreement! It's like... Oh, his father really fucked up this whole era. I only did my duty, Sir Emmerich. The Empire is an enemy to us all, and we are grateful for the opportunity to fight at your side. I feel glad we have to you. Pray convey my regards to the Scions, my friends. We must return to Ishtar. Whatever is wrong with simple sorry or thank you? Must these politicians always make a speech out of everything? Brad has always had to say. This is how we adults speak, dear sister. Alpha note, you're like 15 or 16 or something like that. You're not adult yet. And you have the ones who like the sound of their own voice. Bow! In any case, our business here is concluded. We shall be on our way as well. When you come us to the river, as told you, Gary. Ninja fish! Actually, I think I should first pay a brief visit to Ishtar. I'm curious to know how Papamino and Yalda fare in their talks with the Sylphs, not to mention what has been going on about Belsar's Wall. I'll join you on to Rising Stones and home. It really sucks. I learned that recently, apparently the voice actress who played Yugiri for the Japanese voice actress died a bit ago. And it was kind of effed up how she died. Apparently some guy came over to her place, knocked on the door, she opened it, and he killed everyone in the house. Like, I don't know what the motivation was, but that was kind of effed up that they came to her house, killed her 2 children, I think it was, and that's it. It's kind of fucked up. So I don't know what's the deal on the Japanese side of the voice actress, if they even replaced her and later on. Anyhow, welcome back, Galleon. I don't know about you, but I'm heartily glad all the talking is over. I understand that the council meetings are important, but do not find it tiresome to have wait every word before you speak it. I doubt I'll ever feel at home in the realm of politics. There were. That said, people have known to change. If my brother is willing to run his own errands, anything is possible. So you're saying your brother's lazy? And Pat. Griffin on the wall. Well, as much as I enjoy the bustle of the toll, I think it's time we head inside. My brother and others will be not for long. Time. Or not? Whoa, okay. You returned from the council. And what about Alpha Node? Did some other matter require his attention? I expect, yes, it is I, Alpha Node. My apologies, friends. I trust we have not kept you waiting over long. Greetings, everybody. Oh, Cryo, how's Nago doing? Will she be alright? Won't she? I don't see why she's sleeping at the moment. Tartar is keeping an eye on her, so we'll know soon enough if there's any change in her condition. Her wounds are healing well. With significant rest, I'm certain she will make it for recovery. Thank goodness for that. Now, may I be able to share with us Council's decision? Each of the nations, Ishgard included, has committed to providing military support to Gridania. The Eorzean Alliance will soon have a significant force in the Black Shroud, ready to respond to any Imperial act of aggression. You know, I almost wish the Council would stop messing around and give the Griffin what he wants. I wouldn't like to be the Imperial caught between the Resistance and the Alliance. Yeah, you cannot seriously. One does not lightly go to war with the Garlean Empire. Quite. To open hostilities without due consideration would be an invite disaster. If only there were some way to reach the Griffin, some means to convince him to abandon this reckless course. His second-hand man? Maybe not entirely infeasible. There is a network of tunnels beneath Belsar's water, secret patches dug by the Resistance to provide a way out of Alamigo, which equally serve as a way in. Precisely. If I'm in agreement, I would have been one to undertake the necessary negotiations. I'm familiar with the route, and the Resistance is familiar with me. About as familiar as they're with me, you mean? Say what you want, I'm coming too. I have some experience in the practice of infiltration. If you will have me, my services are at your disposal. As are mine! It's been far too long since I shared a shadow with a shinobi, and I don't intend to waste the opportunity. Just want to chase that tail. Force is quite significant for an infiltration mission. Greater numbers will only serve to increase the risk of detection. Chrono will direct our energies elsewhere. Why are you, Liviers? I'll return to the East Route and stand watch over the border. Should matters take a turn for the worse, it seems wise to be on hand. May I prevail upon your company? May I prevail upon you to accompany me, Galleon? Gridania will be safer with your presence. And for a while it may not seem the most thrilling duty, dear sister, may I ask that you remain the rising stones to pass on messages, and so on? To hold a fort, you mean? Very well, I suppose the task must fall to someone. Safe travels, all of you. I'm no ninja, but I can spend a few moments in this Charlian homeland learning how to move unseen. Between Yuri and my humble self, Yoda and the Republic will be well protected. He just wants to see that tail. Look at that nice, scaly tail. Tail, sorry. All I'm saying is that it wouldn't be the worst thing if we ended up joining the Griffins' fight against the Empire. I mean, it's going to happen sooner or later, isn't it? My fellow shinobi require a little encouragement to take their place among the Alliance forces massing in Gridania. They're most eager to cross blades with the armies at Garlemald once more. I may perhaps exaggerate my stand with the resistance a little, but I'm confident I have a reasonable chance of putting a stop to this madness before events spiral out of control. Yes, fair to admitting at the very least. If we have any unfinished business in the atoll, we pray attend to it now. I will depart for Hearthborn hut without delay. The nearby watchtower offers an unobstructed view of Belsar's wall, and I should be interested to speak to the Alliance commanders who have installed themselves at its top. Okay, we're going to enter our dungeon soon. Ugh. I want to, like, queue in, but because I'm a tank, I'm probably gonna get instant queued. Oh, okay. Ah, Galleon, there you are. Come. Everyone's spiders awaits. The Alliance officers on the platform should be able to appraise us of any developments at the wall. Fancy me too, you hear. We're about to set forth. Indeed, I was about to say, 12 watch over you, but I doubt you have the divine protection, even if you are venturing enemy territory. Don't worry, Alphino. We have the griffin by the scuff of the neck before you know it. Do make up your mind, Yada. Nearly a moment ago, you seemed ready to shake the griffin by the hand rather than the neck. So which is it to be? To be best to decide before we enter the negotiations. Trust me, Papa Mio. I shall shake whatever needs shaking. The talking part, I leave it to you. Ugh. So one-minded. I feel like I had a headache coming on. Let's be on our way, shall we? Can't blame you. Some things never change. Well then, shall we make for the spire? Our Alliance friends will be doubtless have use for us. Welcome, Warrior Light. I'm assuming you're here to speak with our commanding officers? You'll find them on the observation platform. Pray proceed. Pippin! Greetings, my friends. 'Tis to see you both well. Hey, Hilda! Enrique! For the love, Ricky. I was hoping you could turn up. I dragged half the watch here, see, and the sight of you might help remind them why we bothered. If memory serves, I have not seen many of you since the day of the Grand Melee. Having borne the brunt of your blows, may I say its honor is to stand up at your side. Disheartening indeed to see the realm's most storied defenders thus gathered in a common cause. Speaking of which, what news from the wall? All's been quiet. Yeah, about that. Report. What? 7 hells. Fighting has broke out on the top of the wall? A full-scale assault? So the Griffin has made his move. Someone has! And what's this that's supposed to mean? The attackers, they're wearing Grand Company colors. Impossible. We gave no such order. Of course, the wall was never the Griffin's target. It was bait. We have been goaded into deploying our armies nearby, thus laying in wait to his deception. If these uniforms were convincing enough to deceive my scouts, the Empire will surely think we launched an offensive. This could mean war. Even so, this may yet be no more than a diversion. With their armies and alliance occupying the Empire's attention, it would be confidently easy for the Griffin supporters to slip into Alamigo. He could incite a rebellion amongst the populace, which the Imperial reserves would be hard-pressed to contain. The Euros, meanwhile, would be plunged into chaos. Got it? We must make for the wall at once. What? Just the two of you? Our companions embarked on a mission to sway the Griffin from his course, are likely halfway to his command post by now. They will emerge in the midst of the raging battle, and I do not mean to abandon them to their fate. It will be dangerous, yes, but the confusion might work on our advantage. If we are careful to avoid the skirmishing, it might yet be possible to reach the Griffin, if we can do that. Lady Hilda, may I ask that if you have airship ready to bear the silence to safety? I don't know who this Lady Hilda is, Marshal, but you can count on me. She really doesn't like being called some hierarchy title because, given her history. She's really humble. I like her. I would say she's like third of my wife's department. Let's prepare for Imperial reprisals. May the Navigator guide us through the storm. Riki. Yeah, we're the great companies are yours here. Oh! Forward, comrades. The time has come to drive the Empire from Alamigo and force action upon those who have turned their backs to our suffering for so long. Let this victory be the first step to liberation of our homeland. Alamigo will be free, no matter the cost. I should really queue up for this. Ironically. Okay, I gotta hurry up. Oh shit, there's a cutscene! From what Papa Manuel told me, the trail ahead should lead us to the shadows of the wall. As we have two objectives, I suggest we divide our forces. I shall make straightways to the tunnels and attempt to intercept our comrades as they stumble into the bullet path. While I do so, I must ask that you scale the wall. Know that I not propose such a course if there's any other way, but the time for subtlety is past. Take a band of your most trusted companions and cut through to the Griffin. Make him see reason, by any means necessary. Sloppy. Once we are free of the tunnels, we'll make for your position with all due haste, and if everything proceeds according to plan, Hilda will swoop in and spare us all the way to safety. Only pray that we have enough time. Belsor's Wall, now accessible. While we're waiting, I'm gonna go take a quick whiz. So I'll put my lunch away. Of course. So is the healer. Fine, whatever. Guess too many tanks want to do this. Okay, that poison's getting really annoying here. Just saying. Got a decent group going here. Dragons must be, I don't know, I guess it's a little too fine. This is the boss I can't solo because his tank buzzers will be, instead of being hitting like, I don't know, 7 to 10,000 damage, he's going to be smacking me for freaking like 50 to 70k. So he only took like about less than that. Hey, this dragon's pretty fucking good. He's doing what he's doing. Oh, dude, you got smacked. I don't know if anyone watched Joe Cats on how to beat DPS. Good video. Hilarious. Unfortunately, the final boss, I'm gonna hit with the mechanic because I'm the healer. So that's a thing. I'm way activate technician. Okay. I will smack you with my book. Unfortunately, I'm hearing the Dragoon doing his lance toss. I'm hearing the sound effect of that. I'm like, why are you tossing your lance? Hey, church house. Two. Fuck to the hand, bitches. Oh, this is gonna hurt. Oh wow, he stunned him. Good work. Holy shit. Okay, now this is where it gets interesting, this fight. Everyone always fucks this fight up. This is where the fuckery happens. Watch out, you need to stop attacking. for it. A little late on that distress beacon, buddy. Funny part about this elevator, it used to be like an elevator. Instead, now they just made it as a zone line, because we have to interact with it before. It's weird how they changed that. It was like maybe... Storm Train is coming up. Holy fuck! Oh, that's so much better using that max. Changed up my targeting system now. Identification, please. Well, definitely in combat now. Hi, douchebag. I'll give you a glorious end away of life. Come, see what awaits you at the edge of fate, which is the badge update.
Yeah. How'd you like these?
Look away. Wow, good job. Sloppy.
Sloppy. I'll tear you limb from limb. Yeah. Sloppy. For Alamigo! I have you now. Yeah. How'd you like these? Yeah!
I'm that shit great! Oh!
Sloppy.
Like he was gonna get the boot, it was gonna get knocked back, and I fucking yoinked him back with the rescue. He's like, okay! Oh, okay, I'm getting bounded. Ah.
Yeah.
So this is the mechanic that will kill me, normally.
Yeah. Sloppy.
Dick. This changes nothing. I was gonna give it to the Dragoon, but it's this fine too. I got 2 combinations out of that one. I went that was part of the Dragoon and the tank. Part of the Dragoon's like, thanks for the rescue. Saved you time.
You've beaten me, aye.
What about your eye? Dickbag.
But you cannot stop what I've begun. Behold, a glimpse of things to come.
Fuck you.
We did it! We showed the bastards!
Aye! Victory is ours!
And who knows, lads? Mayhap the Eorzeans will finally see sense when the enemy turns up on their bloody doorstep.
Should put a like flame shielder question mark, storm soldier question mark, twin adder soldier question mark.
This is for Alamigo, for Eorzea. They die that others may live.
This is the Lancer guy from Gridania. And there's that little fuckhead.
Vanguards! Attack!
Seven hells. Do you hear that?
You're fucked.
War machines. How did they get here so quickly?
Stand your ground! For the resistance!
Smushed.
There's nowhere to run. We're cut off.
This is some RoboCop shit going here.
Gods help us! What are we thinking? The Empire's too big. Too powerful.
Coke to the furnace.
mighty Ralker. Grant us the strength to crush our...
Yeah.
There you are.
As you can see, our infiltrators did not elude me for long. Lady Ugiri is sending for an airship even as we speak.
What do we do? This is a massacre!
No shit.
How wonderful to see you, Commander.
Illbird. I should have known. This has to end. It has to end now. Do you not see your countrymen dying? Have your ideals rendered you blind even to that? Order the retreat, and we will help your soldiers to safety.
Retreat? With the moment of my triumph so close at hand? You truly are a sheltered child, Leverrier.
Look what I got. Remember these?
Nidhogg's eyes. No abyss is too deep for you, I see. But trust me when I say that such power was not meant for mortal hands.
How long have I struggled to reach this point? My countrymen, so inured to the taste of defeat, they no longer balk at its bitterness, shouting my throat raw with rallying cries, only to be greeted with dull eyes and blank faces. My brothers and sisters in Ulda have surrendered to their apathy and their appetites. Were it not for the glint of Lodorito's coin, I doubt even those here now would have answered my call. Take back our homeland! Free Alamigo! Ha! They'll happily mouth the words, but they won't spill the blood. You say no mortal should wield these eyes? Then I shall gladly become a demon. I will suckle on the souls of the hopeless and liberate the homeland they no longer deserve.
What exactly do you mean to do?
Did you hear their cries as victory was snatched away from them? Even with their dying breaths, they cursed the Empire. Never has their desire for vengeance been so raw, so true. A god has no need of faith when summoned by so pure a purpose.
Summoned? You cannot mean to fight the Empire with a primal! You know full well the danger, the futility of relying on such power.
Oh yes, I know their limitations. Which is why I will call upon a deity more terrible than the very black worm of the calamity itself.
What? Here? Now?
It's good time as any.
Like hells you will!
Sloppy.
An ending to mark a new beginning. My pain, my longing, you shall have it all!
He did! Sloppy. this song is so chilling.
This light, is it...
His death completed the ritual. The primal is taking shape.
Well, can't we stop it? There must be something we can do!
There is one thing.
What? Hey! Where do you think you're going?
Master Louisoix briefly contained Bahamut by means of a potent spell of sealing. I will now attempt to do the same.
But that's impossible! We would need hours to collect the necessary ether, if not days!
Ah, Alphino, though I concede it may not always be apparent, I was ever your grandsire's finest pupil.
Tiptimati, of course! The staff still holds enormous power, broken or not.
Don't you dare, Papalymo! I know how that spell works. It is time to leave!
Quite right. Quickly now, off you go! The further away, the better!
No! If you're staying, then so am I!
No, Ida! There is a path only you can walk, and it must not end here, not like this! Take her! Please, you have to take her!
What? No! Damn it, Thancred! Put me down! Thancred!
This is one battle you cannot fight. Away with you! Go!
Either way you choose, you're not gonna be, but I'll put the comedy sake of it all. Stay on your side, Papalymo.
Hilda! I think he means now!
I bid thee farewell again, my dear Ida. Now, let us see how good a student I truly was.
Just the same how Louisoix left. Why? Why didn't they let me stay? Probably it was my friend. I should have been there with him. You could see it in his eyes, Yoda. He knew what he was doing, what had to be done. Master Lewis wore that same look right before the end. Do you think I don't know that? I know, alright, I know. There's nothing more you can have done. Ilbert caught us all off guard. Even Galleon was powerless to stop him. Thanks. I could have biology his ass. If you must blame someone, then blame me. Just promise that you will never forget that Papamino strove to protect, or the lessons he tried to teach you. More shit to Thancred's list. Don't speak to me. Leave you with me. Go on. Go back to the Rising Stones. Others need to know what happened here. Once again, I found myself at a loss for words. But Thancred's right. We must return the Rising Stones and praise our companions of all this. Pray make your way there at once. I will send word that Ishkola and others are in immediate return. Seems to me you bring ill tidings, brother. Behind the griffin's mask, we found the grinning face of an old adversary, Ilbred. I know not how, but he had in his possession eyes of Nihog, whose dread power he used to initiate a summoning ritual, even as we looked on. By the 12. I don't understand. To temper such a magic requires every ounce of one's ether. Not one, not even grandfather could cast it and hope to survive. Indeed, it was ever a last resort, as I'm certain Papamino was aware. Thus did the pupil follow in the footsteps of his master, even onto the grave. I have yet been unable to explain how Ilbert came to possess his Nidhogg's eyes. In the depths of the sea of clouds, a perpetual storm of water and wind aspected ether rages. No mortal could endure such conditions. They may have it with the work of the Asian, but no, it is not the time to idle speculation. Cryo, I need your assistance. Yes, of course. We must inspect the cocoon of light and ascertain the state of the primal trapped within. Between our respective talents, I dare say we shall glean some measure of insight. Understood. I can't promise I'm able to sense much through the barrier, but I certainly will do my best. As shall I. Let's be about it then. What? Without so much as by your leave? Pray forgive Archon on your shoulders her brevity. She seeks employment, least her brief deprive her of the will to act. Her desire to comfort Yoda doubtless compounded her unseemly haste. I too must contend with this grievous loss in my own way. By the leave, I'll say, I shall honor a former colleague through a gameful study. There exist writings which make further our understanding of this cocoon of light. Maybe I was too quick to judge. Surrendering to sadness and gratitude will be poor tribute to Papa Mio's sacrifice. Quite. We must begin preparations to face Ilbert's accused creation without delay. What time we have is was purchased too dear a price for us to squander it. I think I have a few more quests before we end at 3.5, and then we have to go to 0.5. Obvious solution. Kelly, I wish I had more to tell you, but the situation in East Shroud remains largely unchanged. Meaning we still have no idea how long it will be before communication with the Alliance. One moment. Yes, of course. Our representatives will be present. My thanks. Word for Gordania, the Council will shortly be reconvened. The Alliance leaders have already begun to assemble. They wish to discuss the Primal, of course. As of Ishto's last report, the cocoon have hung upon the wall, unchanged. Yes, but the elder Caesar doubtless shares our concerns about how long it will remain so. I'm told that Sid Garland has been called in to add his expertise to proceedings. A wise decision. The more wines we have working on this, the better. Well then, I suggest we leave the Rising Stones to Totoro's capable hands and make haste for the Lotus Stand. Actually, I think we're at 0.5 now. Or 5.5, I should say. I love this guy.
A word, if you would, good sir. This place, it is within the realm of Eorzea.
You're an odd-looking fellow, aren't you? Still, takes all sorts, I suppose. This here's Vesper Bay. Thanalan's door to the ocean, as some folk like to call it.
Am I to understand from your answer that I have indeed arrived in Eorzea?
Eh? Yes, you're in Eorzea.
Ah! A plain response at last, and the one I wanted at that. My journey was not without its hardships, and I would sooner travel by land than put to sea again. You do not believe that so small a bark could bear me across the ocean? Such timid little sailors. I had but to set my course and set my jaw till I made port. Though, 'twould perhaps have been wise to lay down my oars a moment to sup on more than the spray of brine water. By the trembling of my limbs, I sense a brief repast may be in order. Nay, I will not hearken to the feeble grumblings of an empty belly. Duty comes before all.
Good man, are you all right?
Oh, I love him.
Thou art far indeed from home, friend.
I get it, Ryanje, picking up these Domans. Can I keep them? God damn it, Ryanje, where do you get these people? Welcome to Warrior Lane. This way, if you please. Look at my dragon tail.
Dear friends, pray accept my heartfelt thanks for your efforts in defense of Gridania's borders. I would fain dwell longer on my gratitude for the support of the Alliance, but the situation at Belsar's Wall demands that we forego such pleasantries.
According to our most recent intelligence, the cocoon of light that formed in the air above the wall remains undimmed and unbroken. After measuring the cocoon's etheric concentrations, Archon Y'shtola has confirmed the presence of a primal entity.
So we must assume that Ilbert's thrice-damned god is indeed trapped within. And what news of the Imperials? They're not like to ignore such a spectacle.
Sir, a Garlean airship was observed making an approach, but the vessel was destroyed when it drew near. The Empire appears to have made no subsequent attempts to reach the object.
The soldiers who witnessed the incident spoke of a lance of light issuing from within the cocoon, of an entire warship being reduced to smoking ruin in the space of a moment. Veterans of Cartano, meanwhile, likened the destruction to that wrought by the fiery wrath of Bahamut.
We could face another calamity.
Yep.
So the Primal is awake then? Contained, yes, but for how long? We must destroy it now, lest it break free.
Agreed. There is, however, the small matter of how to get close enough to a being that swats warships from the sky as you would a bothersome gnat.
Is this truly so complex a puzzle? Or have you no stomach for the obvious solution?
What in the hells are you doing here?
A pleasure to see you too, Garland. Now, if you'd be so kind as to explain to these good people why you should be begging me for my assistance, that would be most appreciated.
Who is this man?
Oh, how terrifically rude of me. Nero Tolskeva, former tribunus of the 14th Legion of the Garlean Empire. These days, however, one might say that I'm something of a free agent.
What do you want, Nero?
I was getting to that. Although you already know what I'm about to propose, old friend. As you have rather belatedly realized, within that frail binding lurks an entity alike in strength to the great Bahamut, and the only force in existence which might conceivably contend with such a foe is the very creation which captured the Elder Primal in the first place. I speak, of course, of Omega.
Omega? That hulk has been gathering dust beneath the plains of Cartanow since the Allagans breathed their last. And none alive knows how to wake it.
I'm sorry? Do you understand who it is with whom you have the privilege of speaking? I'm Nero Tolskeva, Master Engineer,
The mechanical genius who restored the Ultima weapon to full operational capacity.
That's not a thing you want to tout about, dude.
And as luck would have it, I am graciously offering you the use of my considerable expertise.
And what, you just expect us to accept? You're a fool if you think your deeds at the Crystal Tower are enough to win my trust, Nero.
Trust? You wound me, Garland. All those years, studying side by side at the Academy, sharing both trial and triumph, we were countrymen once, you and I. But sentiment aside, have you a better solution? Or do you mean to send in your vaunted hero there, as you always do, and pray the world is not engulfed in flame? Let us approach the problem in a rational manner. Does not the fact that Omega slumbers in stasis point to the existence of some overriding technology? A means of control?
I would ask a question, if I may. Nero, was it not? In the event that we succeeded in using Omega to shackle the Primal in the manner you propose, what then would become of it? Do we not risk repeating the mistakes of the Allagans?
Omega is but a tool. How we choose to employ that tool is entirely up to us. Of course, if you would rather leave it buried beneath Cartano while you continue your petty squabbles above, then I suppose that is also your choice.
Such a cocky asshole. But we love him.
Spare us, Nero. The Seedseer's concern is a valid one. He who controls Omega wields the power of the gods, the very power which led the Allagans to destroy themselves.
And does it not fall to we engineers to prevent such misuse? What was your company's proud slogan? Freedom through technology?
A creed you follow, is it? What say you? Do we take this villain at his word? As will I. I don't like it, but then it doesn't look like we have much choice. Would the Council be willing to entrust this matter to a pair of former Imperials?
Yes. The task of restoring the Allagan relic will be yours. But the responsibility for its reawakening must remain with the Council. Do we condone this course of action?
Aye. 'Twould seem we do. Let the record show that we invest this contingent with the authority to enter Cartano and take command of Omega. Sid, I appoint you leader of the expedition. Scions, I would ask that you assign some few of your number to escort Master Garland and supervise the other one.
We should be happy to oblige. The politics of Cartano being what they are, I dare say our neutrality will prove useful in avoiding any unnecessary entanglements.
If I am not mistaken, Doma occupies a similarly neutral position. Might we not persuade you to join the expedition, Lady Yugiri? If you suspected any foul play from Nero, you would be welcome to kill him.
Shank.
My blade is yours.
Yeah, watch it,
Not
Nero.
a moment's hesitation, eh? You'll forgive me if I do not shake your hand.
Oh, God. Never a dull moment with Nero around. Like, seriously. Well, that was a rather unexpected development, and one which raises a number of questions, not least among them how Nero chanced to learn of the council meeting in the first place. Sid and others are assembling at the airship landing. Well, Alice is already on her way and would not do as lags too far behind. Let us be off. Yeah, there. And I will switch my summoner. No, excuse me. Still don't understand why we can't jump down. Oh, yeah, never mind. That's why. Galleon, Alpha Node, ready to go? The others had to step out until landing for a moment. At least you wonder. Nero insisted I be allowed to inspect the Excelsior before boarding. And you let him? Despite his very timely offer of assistance, the thought of that man poking around in the workings of the ship without proper supervision does not fill me with confidence. Calm yourself, Alpha Node. Your sister was adamant that you would never leave her sight, and yet you are. Well, here they are now. Right, I think that's it, everyone. Shall I set course the car to know? Ah, my ass, that we delay our departure slightly. I have required no more than a few hours at most. Our colleagues are studying the cocoon and even as we speak, and we're here the latest observation as we proceed. It would seem wise to gain as clear an understanding of the situation as possible before formulating our plan. Oh, I thought time was against us. How foolish of me. Hold your tongue. When we want your opinion, we'll ask for it. Forgive me, my lady. I shall keep my counsel until such time as you have finished procrastinating. Alright, while Alpha speaks with his colleagues, I shall fly the Excelsior over to Mordana and we'll reconvene at the Rising Stones. My apologies for the trouble. I shall visit your show and others forthwith, joining as soon as I'm able. Yeah, I'm pretty confident I'll say back to the Rising Stones. I should feel safer knowing that you're present to entertain our guest. Right, everyone's heading to Mordana is welcome to travel aboard the Excelsior. I'll clear things with the girl at the counter here. Let her know when you're ready to leave. You're traveling with Masagona, sir? The Enterprise Excelsior is right this way. Boink. Not quite door-to-door service, but I couldn't exactly land her in Toll's main gate. Shall we join to the Rising Stones then? Big, annoying, obnoxious bird.
So these are the fabled headquarters of the Scions. I confess I would have expected an order of self-proclaimed warrior scholars to surround themselves with the fruits of man's enlightenment. And yet there's not so much as a single piece of magitech in sight. It never ceases to amaze me how primitive you Eorzeans truly are.
Gee, thanks, Iron Arrow.
Oh, I'll have you know that the Rising Stones is home to the very latest in magitech innovation.
Coffee Maker 2000.
Wedge calls it the Mark 14 Thermocoil Boil Master, and it's the finest kettle I've ever had the pleasure to own.
We are returned. Well, Ida and I, at least. Ishtola and the others remain behind to continue their assessment of the binding magic.
There didn't seem much point staying just for that, so I decided to come back with Alphino. Papalimo bought us this time. We shouldn't waste it.
By your leave!
Good gods, that voice could fell a gigas.
This is the Rising Stones, domicile of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. I enter at the invitation of one Lord Urianger. I spy you there, Shadow Walker. You always were a hard one to find.
Yugiri, do you know this man?
Gosetsu, why are you come to Eorzea?
In search of Yugiri, for days and nights did I row across the angry sea. I made port in good spirits, only for my own flesh to betray me over the trifling matter of an empty belly. Collapsed in the street like an unfed stray I was, until Lord Urianger came to my aid. Over a most welcome meal, we spoke of the plight of Doma, and I learned of our displaced countrymen's work to resettle this blighted land. 'Twas blind fortune that I was able to locate you so swiftly. But now we must make ready to depart. Our master languishes in dire peril, and Doma calls her daughter home.
It is not so simple, Gosetsu. There are obligations which bind me here.
You refuse? Did you mislay your oath during your flight from our homeland? The laws of hospitality must be honored, but surely the vow to defend your master demands the greater obeisance.
It was our master who bid me guide our people to safe haven by any means necessary. And it was the Scions you see before you who provided us succor and sanctuary when all others refused. Dire peril or no, were I to return without first repaying such hospitality, our master would cut me down at the threshold.
Mayhap that is so.
There is more. A crisis threatens all within this realm, Eorzean and Doman alike, and I go to play my part in its resolution. I will not bring shame upon our liege by abandoning my people or my duty.
How very noble of you. Now, in the name of honor, kinship, and, yes, practicality, might I suggest we get this expedition underway? Or would you rather debate the finer points of duty and leave Omega to the Empire?
The Empire? Yugiri? You draw steel against the curse of Garlemald? Then Then why did you not say so? My blade is oath-bound to fall upon the ranks of the Imperials wheresoever they march. Lead on, Shadow Walker, and may the enemy tremble at our coming.
I fucking love Gokusetsu. He's such a brute, but he's an honorable brute. Kellyanne, wait, can I speak for a moment? Oh, god damn it. Do you remember when I had me you on Diamond Forge and we ambushed you? Ambush is not even the word. You molested me to head to toe! Well, once we have your measurements, I set to work on making you a traveling outfit in the spare time. Only just this moment I finished the stitching, but I wanted you to have it before you left. Here. Where'd I get the Scion's Adventures outfit, I think. You can try it on now, if you like. Yeah. Jeez, I look like a student from Badastion right now. Assuming we measure correctly, the fit should be just right. Snug, but not too snug, if you know what I mean. So, how does it feel? I feel like I got molested again. You're not just saying that, are you? Oh, I can't tell you how much this means to me. To have crafted something worthy of what your light is. It's, well, let's just say it makes all the practice worthwhile. I also saw the ability Pearl Charm to, you know, bring you home. Maybe it'll always protect you. Ooh, sold a portrait of Gastel. Fly, my pretty. So we have to wake Omega up, right? When do we start? Are you sure that's... I'm sure, yes. I won't lie and say I'm completely fine, but I feel a lot better if we're doing something useful. Very well. I'll remain here and continue coordinating our efforts with the Alliance. Alpha, maybe you could return to Gridania and assist Shola and the Cryo. A fine suggestion. The rest of us will form the Cartanu Expedition Party. Nero and I will focus on rousing Omega, while Galleon, Yada, and our Doman friends take care of the security. The Excelsior is on lake outside of town. Just leave as soon as everyone's ready. We're on our last few quests before we hit Stormblood. Soon, Omega, soon, I will see you rise again. I'm a scientist, you know. Haven't far to go. With any luck, we'll be in Cartano before Gogetsu graces the deck with his dinner. Once there, however, we had best be on our guard. Even Elaine Rados was still active when Omega was discovered. We can be sure that the Empire was long been aware of his existence. Oh, cool. And if there are deemed to be obvious solutions to the threat posed by this new primal, it's not impossible that Garlemald won't do the same. Have your weapons ready and your wits about you. Something tells me we're flying through a fight. No shit. is getting low.
Now, where was that? Ah.
Get a lot of hunt-trained people in.
I've enabled the teleporter. One brief jump and we shall arrive in Omega's control room.
How convenient. You've been here before.
Of course. It was no easy task threading a path through all the skirmishers. But how could I ignore the existence of such a fascinating toy? You may trust that my preliminary examination was suitably thorough.
Trust? Aye. I trust your appetite for technology.
I chased down a suspect airship, and who should I find but the traitor, Sid Garland.
Not even giving a question, just go one already.
Searching for something, engineer? Something big? It's close, isn't it?
This guy's a total fucking clown.
It's like all my name days have come at once.
Of all the scouts the Empire could have sent. Take care of that brute, will you?
God damn it. Can't let Nero tinker around in there by himself. I'm sorry to leave you to it, but I dare say you'll manage without me. This clod has no idea who he's dealing with.
Oh, yeah.
I am Gosetsu, Samurai of Doma. You will rue your choice of opponent this day.
So this is a example of we get to see a samurai job at this time, because Stormblood we have samurai and red mage, and we get to sample what he is.
You watching, Papalimo? Leave this to me.
With soul and steel.
No holding back. No retreat. No surrender.
'Tis my right to strike.
It's all over now. Your defense is lacking.
I wish we can stop targeting
I have you.
allies.
This one'll sting.
Even though I set myself not to duty allies.
Look upon a samurai of Doma!
Oh, of course I activate freaking Dread One. Surrender, we have you outnumbered. Won't be the first time. Are you still playing with those soldiers? I suppose I can lend you one of my toys, but if you promise if you give it back. Huh? The Red Baron. Behold, the Red Baron. Now end this nonsense. What the? No one told me they had Magitech armor. Forward for the Empire! You're gonna get your ass beat, clown. The honorless cur thinks to abandon his men. I should see that he shares their fate. Pray attend to the rest of his minions. Oh, I'm gonna have fun.
This one'll sting.
No retreat. No surrender.
I have you.
You watching, Papalymo?
An opening.
Look upon us, samurai of Dhamma!
No holding back!
Your defense is lacking.
Okay,
Tis my right to strike!
Let's just for a burst and energy in a straight line before you.
It's all over now.
Leave this to me.
With soul and steel!
This one'll sting.
No retreat. No surrender.
I have you.
There's a battle's punishable by death. How are you gonna stand your ground? Come back here now, please. What a pathetic sight.
You watching, Papalymo?
An opening.
Look upon us, samurai of Dhamma!
Eat raging fire.
No holding back!
Your defense is lacking.
You hadn't said less of me. Mark my words. It'll be you who stay. Ah, Bobby. Clown. I got the ranch.
Temporal stasis disengaged. All systems operational. Garland?
All clear on this side. It's waking up.
No, no.
Remarkable. Omega sensors immediately detected the presence of the cocoon, even at this distance. They must have been set to scan for sources of energy exceeding certain magnitudes.
I still don't see any means to control the machine directly. It seems to have been designed to act wholly autonomously. Once we release Omega, we can be fairly certain it will attempt to capture the Primal at Belsar's Wall. Assuming its mission is successful, our only option at that point will be to re-engage its stasis system and put it back to sleep.
And should the machine happen to misbehave, we'll simply initiate an emergency shutdown. I confess we don't yet have a complete grasp of its capabilities, but I'm certain the details will not elude us for long.
Well, I understood less than half of that. So, my question to you is, are we doing the right thing?
I'll choose this one.
I suppose not. All right. Step aside, Sid. Is this the thing I need to press?
Yes, that's the one.
I don't remember her pressing the button, though. I thought Nero went to his mad scientist mode. It's like, yes!
You gave too much for us to waste this chance, Papalimo. So this is for you. And me.
I think they might have retconned this scene. Like I said, I thought Nero pressed the button and he went in his mad scientist moment.
Yes! Fly free, my pretty! Show us what you can do.
Oh boy, grab your
The
popcorns.
launch sequence has begun. Omega is loose.
Grab your popcorns. This is gonna be fun. This was not my intention. crap.
Huh? Omega has stopped transmitting. But that shouldn't be. I didn't engage the stasis system.
And what does this signify? I have little understanding of these contrivances.
The launch went exactly to plan, but all signals emanating from Omega have ceased. This may indicate any number of things, but we will need to join the Scions out in the field if we are to ascertain which one.
Right. I've ordered a malfunctioning beast to go to sleep. That should prevent any unfortunate mishaps. I suggest we make our way back to Gridania.
Omega destroyed the cocoon. Papalimo's spell is fading. It was bound to his ether, you see. And if the connection is broken...
He did! I'm not sure why we lost contact with Omega, but I mean to find out. Let's be on our way. Oh, let's give it a free ride. One moment everything was functioning perfectly, and the next it wasn't. It makes no sense. We need to see what happened to ourselves, and soon. Far Edge of Faith, last quest before Stormblood. Words can ill express how glad to see you all unharmed. When Omega came hurtling towards the cocoon, everything dissolved into chaos. I have to see it. I have to see it with my own eyes. Get up, wait! We must first... the Elder Seer is expecting us. Don't worry, Night Alpha, no. Gazo and I will watch over her. You may safely attend to your meeting. Thanks, my thanks to you, Gary. The council reconvened a short while ago. Let's make haste for the Lotus Stand. All they're eager to hear your testimony. Yes. My friends, who eagerly have awaited your return. You indeed could have discharged the duty entrusted to you. Most humbly, we do thank you for seeing it done. You're too kind, Elder Seer. As I recall, we are good as demanded the right to try. But tell me, how did the battle afoot hold? We succeeded in awakening Omega, yeah, but we lost contact with the weapon shortly after it launched. From our position in the control room, we were blind to all that followed. What words could do justice to such a scene? None of my choosing, that is much certain. But I can give you the facts. The cocoon hatched even as Omega arrived, and formed in midst rose a great dragon. The pair duly set about each other in the skies over Garabania. The primal's might is defied belief. It seems the very heavens would be rent asunder by the force of its blows, and it wields such magics as I have never seen, and hopes to never see it again. Battle raged on with no end in sight until both combatants were engulfed in a blinding flash of light. With the radiance fade, I saw the pair fall motionless from the sky, coming to rest somewhere in Almegan soil. I will not speak for the rest, but to my eye it seems like that each landed a fatal blow upon each other. Well, most of us could think of only a Bahima when looking upon the primal's form. The Domans were heard to whisper the name Shinru. It would appear that the being resembles a creature of Far Eastern legend, and we have found it convenient to refer to such. This Shinru's fate, indeed, and that of Omega is yet unknown. We have, alas, no eyes on the Garabania side of the border. Which is why we set our main force under the command of Marshal Pippin to capture the wall. With the Imperials in disarray, we have a perfect opportunity to secure the Gardanian's border and masses the aftermath of the impact. I myself will join the Marshal and his men when the council is adjourned. Well, that explains a few things. I'll wager that flash of light coincided with our loss of contact. At least you wonder we quickly re-engage Omega's stasis system. So even if it has fallen to Empire's lap, it won't be new use to him. Say perhaps as a statue. Correct. Without me to guide their efforts, it would take them decades to decipher Omega's core functions, if they managed it at all. Such researchers do much claim our fears, yet the relic's fate is one of several concerns. Indeed, I humbly submit the time has come for us to make contact with the resistance representatives of Garabania. Though Ilberd has forced our hand, it would seem only logical to seek an alliance, given the inevitability of Imperial retaliation. And by working in concert, it's not impossible that El Migo might have finally wrestled from Garlemald's grasp. You must be exhausted. I would normally suggest that we retire directly to the Rising Stones, but I wonder if we would make first a small detour. You showed others how to gather a Masterix fire, and I imagine that you two would be interested to see what becomes of the wall now the cocoon is gone. It's decided, Leon. I doubt that's up. I already fought that one. Okay. Trying to go for my S ranks if I can get any. Doesn't look like it's wrecked much.
My friends, I cannot well express how glad I am to see you both unharmed. They say that Omega's clash with the Primal shook the very firmament.
You need not have worried. The battle took place far above the ground. We were able to observe in relative safety, though I'm given to understand that there were casualties on the far side of the wall.
It was like watching a nightmare unfold before our very eyes.
Ilbert's primal manifested in the form of a colossal dragon, a being of pure violence. It burst forth from the cocoon with such terrible force.
That such a horror should spring from the eyes of Nidhogg comes as no surprise. Nor do I wonder at its form. Ilberd all but announced it in the moments prior to his death. Plainly, it was his dying wish to visit a second calamity upon the Empire.
And I am quite certain the abomination would have obliged had it not found itself outmatched by a Mega. Gods! I am no stranger to the works of Allag, but even I was unprepared for the machine's furiosity. It beggared belief.
And how fares poor Ida in the midst of all this? Have you spoken with her?
She's up on the platform, lost in thought. We deemed it best not to disturb her, but mayhaps she would welcome some company after all. Shall we?
The light's gone. It was all we had left of him.
Ida.
I don't blame anyone. I knew what was going to happen. I knew the spell Papalimo meant to cast would drain away his life force. I knew that it would only buy us a little time.
Hi, Lise.
Ida, there is no need to explain.
But there is. I can't hide in Papalimo's little shadow anymore, and I shouldn't hide behind my sister's mask. 20 years ago, on the day the Empire marched into Alamigo, I was still just a child, not even 5 summers old. My father had been one of the leaders of the revolution. He had fought to overthrow the Mad King, Theodoric. And my sister had fought alongside him. But she was strong and kind, and always knew what to do. But when the Garleans came, everything changed. My father went to war against them too, and I never saw him again. After that, I remember a lot of running. My sister dragged me for malms and malms until we came to the city of Sharlayan. That was where she met Master Louis Soir. He introduced her to the Circle of Knowing, and she eventually became an Archon.
She was your inspiration. Is that not why you took up her mask and her name? Or did you simply mean to continue what she had started?
You've known all along, haven't you? That I wasn't Ida.
Of course. We all recognized you at once. 'Twas Papalimo who persuaded us to maintain the charade.
It was silly to think I could fool you. I knew that even then, but I sort of decided not to know. Ida died 6 years ago, on a mission to smuggle refugees out of Alamigo. They say she was overwhelmed by Imperial soldiers when she stayed behind to save a little girl. She was so strong. There must have been a lot of them.
I'm sorry for lying to you. My real name is Lise. When Papalimo brought me Ida's mask, it was meant as a keepsake, but I decided I wanted to be his new partner, to keep alive all the good that she had done.
Shit,
I didn't want to become Ida, exactly. At the time, though, I still didn't know who I was myself, and it almost seemed easier to play the role. Papalimo agreed to help, of course, but it was never what he wanted for me. He wanted me to walk my own path, and those were his final words to me. The Archon's mark he gave me is faded, and my last excuse along with it. So this is it. Whatever I choose to do from now on, I do as Lise. And I choose to continue my family's fight. I want Alamigo to be the country that Ida and my father always wanted it to be.
War is upon us once more.
Do you regret standing against the Empire? Would you have chosen a different road, knowing what you know now?
To claim that I never doubted the decision would be a lie. But I made my choice, and I have defended it with blade in hand ever since.
The battle continues, and our steel is needed. Come, Shadow Walker, we leave for the east, for Doma.
Brave of Lise to remove the mask after so long. Though she has scarcely begun to come to terms with Papalimo's loss, that one act made her plain as determination to move forward. And if she should ever falter, we shall be there to support her on this road she has resolved to walk. Let us return to the Rising Stones. We have quite a story to tell to Ruta and my sister. And that ends Heavensward. I'll skip the cutscene. Credits. He might have mentioned, but Alpha has praised me of all came to pass in Gridania. Your only task now is to rest. This is the calm before the storm. Lise has chosen our path, and as her friends, we must do what we can do to support that choice. We are fated to join the conflict in any case. Once the Alliance has taken the wall and opened the way to Gridania, we will have little choice but to fight. Which is not to say the cause is unworthy. After all, ignoring the play of those who might conceivably save is not wisdom but indolence. Correct? I for one look forward to joining the hands with the Alamegans and strike a blow against the tyranny of the Empire, or as I rather suspect to do. So do you. Finale cutscene. Quick march! The Imperials will soon come to their senses and we must be ready to face their retribution. It's almost time, Father. Aye, almost. Stand firm, Pippin. I learned to brace myself against the charge of the Bull of Alamigo. No foe will dislodge me. Very well, Ilberd. I will take her home back. For the both of us. Meanwhile... Who's this douche nozzle? My Lord Viceroy, our scouts has confirmed their primary reports. Belsar's wall has fallen to the Eorzean Alliance. The hunt for Omega and the unknown Icon continues, though both yet elude us, my lord. Their battle caused considerable damage across the region. Shall we perchance divert some of our forces from the search, undertake a necessary reconstruction work? Forgive me, my lord. I did not intend to... Your will is be done. Oh, God. He's going to cut me down later. I know. Unknown. My spies tell me the Domans call it Shinryu, and they might prove a match for Omega. Yes, the coming day has promised to be most interesting. Most interesting. My prey. At the far edge of fate, the road begins anew. The heroes look to eastern skies and behold their crimson hue. At dawn of celebration, a gathering storm out. Blood! Blood! And that's it for Heavensward. Fully completed. Now we're on to Stormblood. So, that's it for you. Yep.